Well, I decided to, it's all, the sun is out. The sun is out. I see it. But it's just not warming up out there. And I don't want to fire the heater up on the bus, whatever. So what I decided to do is I'm going to try to come down here and get these doors. They're all glued. I just got to take the clamp off the last one here. And I'm going to get these things sanded up and maybe start cutting out the panels to fit in them, like I talked about, so get them ready to paint. So that's going to be working on for a little bit here, is just starting to sand these things up and getting them all ready for that process. And then when there's warmer weather, I'll do more outside stuff. Man, I hate when I'm backlit because it makes my hair all look gray and sticking everywhere. Well, it probably is. Maybe that's the problem. It just is what it is. All right, well, we'll catch up. All right, I got all the doors sanded here and cleaned up for the most part. I got to do the outer edges of them all. I just took all the measurements I needed for the panels, and that's what I'm working on now. I had a few pieces of thin panel, and I'm actually getting ready to rip one down here, and then I'll cut the length. I just need 3 more pieces, so 1 more rip and 2 more cuts will give me the last 3 pieces, and I'll have the panels for those 6 doors. Okay, so I got all the panels cut for all these doors. They're just sitting in there. So they gotta be all painted, of course. And I gotta say, I'm disappointed with these doors. Of all the doors I've done, these ones came out the worst, but I don't have enough material to start over. They're gonna be good. They're okay, but they're certainly not my best work, and so I'm a little bit disappointed about that. I somehow messed up the depth of the rabbet here on a couple, so I can go back and probably do a little repair work, but there's some spaces in there. I might have to, put the rabbet a little deeper on this edge piece here to try to fix that. So I'm not sure what happened, but it is what it is. So really all I got to do with these is sand all the outer edges all the way around all these doors, and then I'll lay out all these panels, as well as some of those panels over there to be painted. I just got to find a panel for this door here. This is really tall, I got to find a panel for that. Then I'll have these 2, those 6, and the one for this big one that can all be painted and get assembled. And then as far as what's built for doors, they'll be ready to go. I still have more doors to build and more drawers, but we're getting closer all the time. Not sure where I left off in the last video or the last segment. I'm just sitting on the bus here because I was just doing some temporary wiring to see if I get it to work, and ran into a little bit of trouble, so just taking a pause here. Let's see, it's 66 here in the bus and 52 outside. Let's see, go back here and see what I was. I'm actually not going to show you what I was doing because I don't want you to do it at home. I had temporarily run a wire into my breaker box, but I'll show you that. But that's kind of what I was working on back here. I did get my toolbox out here. Yes, I am. So
I'm running down south real quick. I've got all of my buzzer stuff with me.
Okay. But basically, I was just trying to do a test run here, and I was hooking up to 110. But I think I have a bad connector here or something, so I'm gonna have to mess with that, figure it out. But I did order some stuff to drill out to the side and put the screw, the 30 amp or 50 amp wire will hook and then twist, stay connected, then plug into your power supply, shore power, and then that'll power the bus. So basically I was just trying to temporarily hook it up to check all my outlets and stuff, but there's something wrong with the wire because it's tripping the breaker at the shore power location before I turn any breakers on in the bus here. So I know it's either the wire or the connector or something, but it is what it is. It's a second-hand wire. Actually, I'll show you. So one of the things, if you've been following my channel any length of time, you know that we had my dad had a brain tumor before he had passed away, and that brain tumor affected the front lobe of his brain, which is decision making, rational thinking, and stuff like that. So unfortunately, it took us a while to get control of some of his stuff. Before he did, he made on some unfortunate purchases that we'll ultimately lose money on. But it is what it is. And one of them was this old RV. He liked camping and stuff, and he had a nice RV, but had transmission trouble. He sold it, and he really wanted to go camping again, and he snuck behind our backs and stuff, called someone to give him a ride, and got this thing, paid way too much for it. It's got a lot of issues. So, you know, we're never going to get our money back, but we are going to try to take some parts off it. And I took the wire off of this for the bus. Now, I know the wire was working on this because he did have it hooked up and turned on. So something else has happened in the meantime. But basically, we're going to try and just take anything we can off this as possible. But it's, it's had a lot of leaks in the roof. The gas tank had a leak in it. Has no water tank, no water pump. So it was missing a lot of stuff, and it was just an unfortunate situation. And I don't blame the seller, but they were asking way too much, and Dad did not negotiate or anything, and we're gonna basically be losing several $1,000s. Things in the 1970s. Now, the person that had it, I truly believe they felt it was worth that, because inside they've done a ton of work. They put a lot of work into the engine. They did a lot of work on the inside, painting it and fixing it up, and really trying to make it look nice for the year of it. So I think they truly thought it was worth that. But in my opinion, it's not even worth nearly what they sold it for. To me, it's worth basically it's worth whatever the motor's worth. The rest of it's not worth a darn thing. But anyway, it is what it is. But there's a lot of parts on there we can take. For instance, I might actually take the AC off it. Now, you just got to keep in mind, and I got to keep in mind, this stuff is old. Oh, I hope we didn't run over that. It's on this board in the yard with nails in it. This stuff is old, and we might take it off, use it, and find out that down the road it's a lot of work to take off because it's not working right, or goes bad because it's so old. But it is what it is. If we can save a few dollars and steal some parts off that, like my brother's thinking about taking the cook stove out of it, which those don't really go bad, and you can pretty much fix them all up anyways. It's a propane stove. There's not a lot to go bad with them. A couple valves, couple controls and stuff, and you're good to go. So that's where we're at. Also, you can see here we got a lot of yard sale stuff set up here for this year. And this is all new stuff. So if you watched last year's videos and saw the yard sale, there's only 1 or 2 shelves way in the back there that's got a few things that we didn't give away last year. We had a gentleman come and clean out the rest of it and load it up. But everything else is new. This is how much Dad collected. But yeah, I just don't know how much yard sale we're going to do early in the year with this whole virus issue. We'll see. But I'm wrapping things up for the day here. My brother's working on his bus right now, putting some parts in. I won't show you. If you want to see his bus, you got to go to Finding Mark in Maine.